Welcome back to Desire to Inspire. It's your mama's favorite podcast. Were you doing that for that reason? Like, see,
Maybe.
turn around. Because I was thinking, like, he knew we were about to start. Why is he turning around? Like, what's going on over there that he keeps looking at? God, you always
I was eyeing the sunglasses to see if I should put them on.
Dude, speaking of, we might have a sponsor. I forgot about this. It just happened to me yesterday, and I forgot. Someone I actually met out here. He works for a sunglass company, and he hit me up. He's like, yo, we'd like to do a collab with you. I can get you like a 20% off code. Just check out our site. Let us know like if you'd like to partner, this and that. So I was like,
damn.
Okay.
There we go, kid.
This might be our official DTI one because I might mess around and make the code like DTI or something.
Hell yeah. Gang,
and
baby.
Then we start rocking shades on the pod,
yeah,
bro.
Sir. All the fucking shades. I am so down with that, bro.
Yeah, they're actually pretty cool. Like, it's like casual ones, but then they're also like active. They do like snowboarding goggles, like all kinds of like active shit too. It's like they have running ones and casual ones.
I wear snowboarding goggles every episode.
They had it felt like it was meant to be because one of the pairs of glasses was called the Dylan. I was like,
let's go.
Fucking sign me up, baby.
Shit. So, and then once we make such a big once we make such a big impact to their yeah, you do. Once we make such a big impact to their company, then we can create a DTI fucking sunglass with them, bro, and then really collab.
There we go. That'd be dope.
Hell
yeah. I knew like you worked for a sunglasses company, but I feel like he's like a big part in it. Like, I don't think he owns it, but like the site was legit, and they have a fuck ton of types of glasses of like all price ranges, like $30 to like $100 some. So it's a big range of glasses. But I'll probably see him tomorrow, so I'll try to see what's up. I'm gonna hit him back today, but then figure it out.
Bet. Hell yeah, brother.
I'll be our first sponsor, like official sponsor.
Gang. There's gonna be a lot more coming too once we're together.
Oh yeah, you guys are about to have a lot of ads on the show. You have to find that skip button. But yeah, what's up, man? It's new. How's life?
Busy as a motherfucker.
Yeah, you seem busy, dude.
Yeah, it's really moving in fast motion, but it's been good. It's been real good. A lot of things moving in the right direction. And I don't know what it is, but I feel like the month of May is just year over year a month that I just fucking struggle in mentally, motivationally, structurally.
Is there something significant about May? Like, is there anything in May that would be a reason for that?
No. I don't know why. I haven't figured it out. But like I was looking back at my journal, and I'm just starting to find the value in journaling because I'm finally like overlapping last year of when I started. And I was just reading
page.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like it's a 5-year journal. So there's little blurbs, and it just has a 20, and then you would put in like 2 for last year, 2-3 underneath. And so I'll be able to do 2022 to like 2026 or 7 on that 26 on that one.
It's like
I was down here. But I'm able to start seeing back, and I was noticing that like a lot of the same thoughts or concepts or things on my mind last year were on them again this year. So I don't know why I beat myself up in May. But yeah, it seems to be
because it's a way to like track things and like keep yourself accountable and like figure it out, which surprise, this is actually what I was going to bring up today. Was kind of, you texted me this morning and I wanted to touch on, because I feel like a lot of times like we speak to people, like we say like things that people need to do. And so I was curious why you think that you were lacking motivation. Like you said, like you've been lacking motivation to post essentially, and it's something like you would be held accountable on. So I was just wondering, like, is there any particular reason why you feel that way?
There's a lot going through my mind in terms of like what I perceive success looks like, the direction that I want to take DTI, my life, my work, to see that success. And I often wonder, as you know me, I'm very, I would say like old school, as they all know, or everybody knows that like listens, and you specifically, is I have never been one to be on social media. I think it's a great tool. There's platforms that I like, I love posting on Facebook. I think that kind of content comes more naturally to me, and it touches the demographic or audience that I would want to connect with versus trying to get like quick hit type things. And so I often wonder around DTI if my passion of talking and interacting with people in real life should be some sort of the approach I take in DTI, meaning the content and the things that we do, instead of pushing it all online, spending some of my time doing some of the things I'm thinking of, more boots on the ground type work here in North Carolina. And so I told you, as we talked about, like one of the big things is like meeting with individuals, getting a part of like communities that are established here, building them here. I even talked about like going into the nice neighborhoods and like trying to have conversations with the people there just walking, because everybody walks here, and try and facilitate or spread the image that way. Because going off of last week's episode, talking to individuals in person, obviously one, it flows a lot smoother. But two, you can convey and you can actually see their expressions versus the conversations that I have online with people that either reach out or I reach out to, just checking in to see how they are. You can't read that body language. And I think that's what I lack when it comes to social media and posting on there, is that the plays and the clicks aren't what fuel me. I do and post what I like because it revolves around things that are natural in my life. Before, they weren't. I was posting stuff just because I was forcing myself to post online. Now I'm posting the daily habits. I'm posting things that I'm eating on a regular basis. I'm posting my family, my friends, the community, like whatever it is, I'm posting those things that are close to me. So from that instance, I still have the passion around there, but it's actually just putting the content on social media and not finding that or not seeing that expression from somebody else's side to then be able to just like connect with them and grow like I would in person, doing that avenue of things.
I have a few things. We'll run through them here. I do think that getting out in person will actually help create content, because you're going to hear other people's stories and it's kind of going to give you things. And also, like when we're both there, it'll be easier to like capture things in person. So like even like if it's not this audio that's coming from it, you'll be able to like get you interacting with people, which is content that could potentially be good. Another one is, I don't know if you saw it, I sent you on Instagram today, because I have also actually been unmotivated in creating my content. Not necessarily content in general, but like videos. Like reels aren't necessarily like what I want to do. I just feel like it provides the most reach for the brand. So like it's what's been happening. But actually, like, I guess it's kind of going against myself, because I actually feel like my pictures have been doing better because they're kind of sporadic and they're not like every single day. But what I sent you on Instagram today was basically saying, if you were on the other end of your phone, would you watch that content? Like, is the content that you're putting out something that you would interact with? Is it something that you'd even be interested in? Would you want to see more of it? And sure, the like creating things that you enjoy or like you're passionate about also plays a factor. But are you doing things that you actually care about in a way that you'd actually want to consume? And I don't know where I'm going with it yet, but like it just got me thinking. That's why I sent it to you. It was actually the same dude who I sent you last week, where like it was like a scroll through thing and you could read about it and you're like, oh, I really like this. So like this dude is like putting out a lot of gems lately, and I was like, it's an interesting concept for sure to like think about and like push yourself to like, when you create something, do I care about this when I watch this?
Yep. No, I like that, because touching on the first thing you said, where it was, God damn it, come back to me, because now I have thoughts going on that topic that you just said. Anyways, I'll touch on this. Creating so in the beginning, creating content like in person. And you were talking about like building off of that, like it'll come more natural. Dude, when I went to that fucking park in Mercy and I was doing those exercises, I would just put my phone up and like start talking,
Yeah.
doing random shit. And it was like so much fun. And I'm like, this could be like a concept of like stuff that Dylan and I do, of just like going out there and just speaking our minds and just saying dumb shit and doing the things we do, because it's all still focused around the same content, but it has, like you're alluding to, personality to it. It has charisma to it. It has passion behind it. It has all those things that maybe that's what it is lacking, where it's like, I kind of need that you and I together to be able to
100%
collectively come up with this
because
ball.
it could be anywhere. Like, I know for sure that you're not this type of person, but I'm really not either. I was forcing myself to do it for a long time, but I don't like to just set my shit up in the gym or in public. Like, I don't like people to like not necessarily see me, because like we film everywhere, but like I don't want it to draw attention or like make somebody else feel uncomfortable. Where if we're in a gym together, if we're at a park together, if we're just out and about together, it's not as big of a deal to take out a camera or have somebody else do it if we both need to be in the frame. But like, it's still different to be there with someone else, have somebody else filming you. Like, having to film, like, it's a whole fucking process. Like, you can't just set up and go. Like, you gotta set up, make sure it's right, like make sure everything's right. Where if somebody else has it, it's the whole weight's off. Like, now I'm just focused on, what do I actually want to say? Like, how do we want to interact? Like, that's why I do think that our content is going to exponentially get better just being together. The other thing I wanted to touch on, did you have something on that? Because this is kind of going to go a somewhat different way.
Yeah, I was just going to say that that text that I also sent today about our podcast, like, dude, listening to it, we sound so much more confident than we did even a month ago. And I was listening to last week's episode today, and I was like, God damn, like, we're really making progress and we're really making improvements. And I think that our voices are sounding better on microphones, but I think it lacks that quality because we're doing it over Zoom. Like, you could even look at BFS podcast. It is way better when they're all in person than it is when somebody's over Zoom, because everything is matching up at the right time. The cameras are there. And so, like, I'm excited to start filming it in here or wherever I'm going to be, or we're going to set up the studio, because not only that, we can take that and, dude, I could have clipped 50 clips from last week's episode and we could spam TikTok with those. And like thinking of ways of like, okay, taking those videos, because people do listen to that content on TikTok, taking those and even pairing it with those videos of a hot knife going through a piece of styrofoam, or somebody taking the like clay and like molding it together. Like, people stop and will look at that as
like
they're
the
listening.
half and half type thing.
Like the side by side. And so I was thinking, like, for our podcast ones, like, dude, we could be pushing out 10 of those a day easily. But again, it's one, getting the right tools and software in place, which we had a great call with our community.
I still need to watch.
Yeah, that we can utilize to help us speed up that process, clip things, etc. So then we can just go and edit, add text, whatever we want to do. But it's doing little things like that, because again, we know where we find the most passion, and DTI as a whole is the main passion. But again, it's how do we put that message out and how do we convey that to other people to see it, so that way they relate and then keep joining our community. And again, it comes down to being able to be our organic selves and not feeling forced to do something. Some of it's going to come forced because you got to put in the reps. You got to keep doing it. You're going to want to stop someday, but you just got to push through those humps. And that's what we're experiencing right now, being transparent. But again, being in here and, like you said, holding that camera for each other, or even having the conversations on a random morning where we talk through things. And it's like, oh yeah, this sparks this sparks that. And so it's just upping the quality and then utilizing that in multiple different platforms than just setting and forgetting and then moving on to the next one. And so if you look at this one doctor that I follow, who is the most practical guy on the internet when it comes to nutrition, health, well-being, everything. When you look at Gary Vee, when you look at T-Pain, like, dude, there's so many people that reuse their content in a different manner, but they're still getting tens of thousands of likes. They're still getting the comments. They're still getting the people following their page, because again, they're not just spending an hour on content and then just putting that hour out. They're spending an hour on content, then they're spending 2 hours cutting that content up to then just spam the internet, and that content is putting thousands of hours in for them. And so it's getting to that level and making sure that we don't flatline and we keep building on it. So that's why I think it's important for us to talk on it, because it is daunting. It does get dragged down. It does get boring in a sense, because it's like going through the motions. I got to do this one. I got to do this. And I'm traveling and all these things. So it's just setting that foundation. And then again, as you grow, as you develop, as your mind changes, being able to accommodate that. So that way you can keep growing and elevating, and get over that next hump.
I already know that once I move, I'm basically just going to be a video editor. Like, it's what's about to, because what we have planned, like the amount of videos like we've talked about is going to be a lot. But let's say we start this vlog type thing. That's a perfect example of where it's about to be cut up into a fuck ton of smaller things that are going to be able to be spammed. The podcast, we could do a lot more. It's just right now, not very feasible. Yeah. But even if we took the amount that we do now from a podcast with the amount of content that we're going to be creating on a weekly basis, you already have one thing a day. And that's without cutting up multiple things and throwing them everywhere. So like, it's definitely going to increase. And it's just, we basically have to spam every fucking platform every fucking day.
So guess what, motherfuckers? You thought you saw us before. You think you see us now, but we ain't even start. And we're coming. And we're going to come hard. Take that for what you will.
There's a piece of content right there.
We're taking over.
Content right there.
We are taking over the world. DTI is going to be world known. We said this from the beginning. It resonates with too many people. We keep seeing it day over day, Dylan. And I'm telling you, we're taking over. We're just starting to get that train fired up. Last year, we talked about that foundation that we were clearing and putting up all these fucking sticky notes everywhere. Bro, it little by little, people think like, oh, they don't put that much work into it, or, oh, they could be doing this and this different. It's all going to change, and it's all going to come to life. And it's wild to see God's plan and how we're even coming together in the same city. But like I said, we're coming, and we're coming hard. Jesus. So watch out, motherfuckers.
Oh, God. So the other thing I want to talk about was something that happened to me today, which I actually just posted about. So you guys are about to hear about this again. But, that's what we're saying. We're putting this shit everywhere. So I got up today, and I actually was setting myself
Praise God, baby. Praise God. Glad you did.
Leave a little bit late. So Ziggy's been stupid hype in the morning. So I took him for a walk like before the gym. So like hopefully he'd be settled down. He always goes back to sleep, but I'll be watching him on the camera and he'd be fucking acting a fool in there for like 15 minutes. I'm like, let me walk in. Maybe he'll go right back to sleep, which he did. So I go to the gym and I pull in. There's like 10 cars, which is about a quarter of what's usually there. Because I pulled up at like 5:40. And they open at 5. I'm like, whoa. I was like kind of hype about it. I'm like, we got a fucking empty gym this morning. Let's get it. And then I realized everyone's in their cars. So I pull up like next to somebody and I roll my window down. They're like, yeah, like whoever is supposed to open must not have showed up today. I was like, fuck. And now they're 40 minutes late already. So I'm like, I'll give them a little bit of time. I waited till like a little bit after 6. They still didn't show up, bro. And my thing is, like, there's no way there's only one employee. Like, are they striking right now? Like, what's going on? Like, there's no way there's only one employee here at 6 a.m. But they never showed up. So I'm like, it's already been over an hour. I don't know, like, how much longer it's going to be. I'm just going to go home. I had already taken pre-workout, and it was in full effect. Full effect. I was like, fuck, dude. Like, but then on my way home, I'm like, you can just take the day off. I'm like, it's not your fault. Just take the day off. I come home, let Ziggy out, and then the pre-workout really got me. So it's a good thing I came home. But I finally like talked myself out of the excuses that I wanted to have. And so went for a mile run, and I ran yesterday, and I'm supposed to run tomorrow. So I really didn't want to, like, because I know tomorrow, which we'll talk about here at the end, I'm going to have an early morning, and I just want to keep it like as close to here as possible. So like there's no time like doing stuff. So I know I'm good to go. So just a run was my plan. So I'm running 3 days in a row, which isn't necessarily ideal. But basically, I say all of this to say that you need to be okay with pivoting when the time comes. I obviously had a plan, was sticking to my plan, but inevitably things come up. The plan's not always going to work out. Life is going to throw you curveballs. Just pivot, just adapt, get what you got to get done. Don't let life get in the way of that bullshit.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more, because when I heard this and knowing that we were going to like touch on like being able to pivot and adapt to what life throws at us, my mind instantly thought of that laundry example that I always give you. That it sounds something so minor, but you wake up a little bit late, you go to look in your closet for that shirt, it's not there, it's now wrinkled in the laundry basket, so you either got to throw it in the dryer, you got to get the iron out. Now that makes you late for the shower, and and next thing you know, you're at work and you're bitching because every light was red. You guys have heard this analogy before. And so instead of blaming yourself, you blame all of the things surrounding you on why you couldn't or why you were late. And so I like to think of it when you brought up this gym example, because 90% of the people would not go. They would go home and they would just start their day and sit back on the couch or their desk stool. They would still not shower until later in the day, like whatever it is. And it comes in, it doesn't only come in the weight room. It comes in all facets of life, because you could even look at not waking up to your first alarm clock, and now you snooze until 45 minutes later and you're running late. You could pin it on a travel sales job like I'm doing right now. Figuring out how to stay on track when life throws you those curveballs, figuring out how you can stay on track when there's not an ideal situation that happened. When I was home in Vermilion, my goal one of the days was to go to Mill Hollow. You'll know what that is. It's just this like little park. They got a stream and everything. Bro, I took a towel with me. I was going to cold plunge in the river. I was going to do some grounding and stretching. And then I was going to like run a little bit around the park. That was my plan. I get there and the gate was closed. So I was like, fuck. And literally on my way home on my way to my next destination was my mom's house. And I was like, I'm going to pull in here. I was like, no, fuck it. Just go run the trail at the hospital. So I'm driving, I make the first right, and I'm like, well, I could just turn around now. I don't really have the time. Like, Uncle Brad's leaving soon. I want to say bye to him. I'll just turn around. And I went, and it wasn't the 45 minutes that I wanted to get, but it was 30 minutes. And it's the same thing of how are you going to pivot? How are you going to change? How are you going to adapt to what life throws at you? Because it is very easy to take that alternative route of the easy one. And so you having that motivation probably motivated somebody on your timeline to go and do something. But the thing is that we don't get that gratification of knowing it, but it doesn't matter because you showed up for yourself and you were better today instead of taking a step back, knowing that tomorrow is going to lead to a little busy day for you, an exciting day, one that you're going to celebrate because there's a lot going on in the city, which we're going to lead into. I think there's perfect transition. But again, if you would have not done this today, it could have went over to tomorrow because of what you have on your agenda. And the next thing you know, oh my God, it's Friday. I'm going to go out and get beers. Oh my God, Saturday's here. I'm going to sit around the pool and drink some drinks. And then
my pool's still not open.
That's sad. You can come here. Ours is jumping.
They keep saying that they're fixing something, and it just pushed every week. Like, sorry, the pool's still not open. Sorry, the pool's still not open. It's pissing me off.
Damn.
It's like 80 degrees. I'll go sit at that bitch right now.
Yep.
But, you know, I'll be in North Carolina pool soon enough.
Hell yeah, baby. City don't sleep.
Speaking of city don't sleep. So, tomorrow, got a long day. A couple of my friends are nurses, so they don't get off until tomorrow morning. But the Denver Nuggets won the NBA Finals, and there's a parade tomorrow. So, I'm going to be sick, and I'm going to go out. This is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I feel like, obviously, I've done an NBA Finals parade, but, like, what are the odds I do 2 in 2 cities? You know? And it's literally happening right before we're totally – we don't get monetized anyway. But
I had to play that.
Yeah, like, it's right before I leave. Like, what are the odds of this actually happening? Yeah. So I'm supposed to meet at my friend's house at 7:45 in the morning. We're going to catch the train. He has the train right there. So we're going to catch that to downtown, hop on some scooters, pull up at the Civic Center. Probably like 4, they got a 9 o'clock like pre-party thing going on, and then the parade starts at 10. So got me a little soft-sided cooler ready to go.
There we go.
Early morning drinks. But the cool thing is that they work tomorrow or tonight, so they're gonna want to go home midday, and that is the most ideal situation.
Yep.
Go out, celebrate in the morning, be on the couch by like 2-3 o'clock, dude. Couldn't ask for anything better than that.
Yeah, that is amazing. Knowing that you usually wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, are you gonna bust out a gym session before you go, or are you taking the day off?
Well, I was supposed to run, so I'm just gonna run.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like I want to like stay close. My gym's only 15 minutes away, but that's extra 30 minutes. I got to make sure Ziggy eats and gets walked before, because he shits every time he eats. I got to make sure he's walking right away, and then I got to go take him to daycare.
There we go.
I don't have to worry about him, because sure, they do work tonight. They'll be tired, but the odds of me running into someone else and it prolonging the day are good.
Yep.
So as long as I pick him up by 6, I'm good to go.
There we go.
So still not letting it be like an all-night affair, which is great, because I couldn't handle that. That's a long day. Even 8 to 6 is a long day, so I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I remember I remember how electric it was when Cleveland won. So I'm excited that you get to experience this again, especially for the first time as well in their history.
Yeah, they had never even been to the finals before.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wild. I'm just thinking, as we're talking and looking at myself when I smile, should I get Botox so that way I can get these lines to go away?
Are you actually asking this right now? Like, that's a serious question.
I just saw them.
I don't think you're old enough to need it yet. I mean, if you want it, dude, do you?
I don't know if I could.
Now I'm seeing them a lot. You gotta have a lot of them, bro.
I know. It's because I'm always smiling, bro. I'm a happy fucking dude.
Okay. Well, I am too. I don't got them like that. Now I'm not going to be able to not see it, bro. Just walk around like that from now on, holding your face.
I am.
Actually, that looks worse. Don't do that. Definitely not do that.
No, I don't care. Those fucking lines are expressions
of my joy.
My joy for this world. But that wasn't a serious question. I just been hearing a lot about Botox, and I saw those, and I was like, God damn, I might need to get some.
Hearing a lot about it from where?
Bro, I fucking got a girlfriend. She got a sister. I got a sister. I watch social media.
They be talking about Botox like that?
Everybody talks about Botox.
Bro, I could
tell you. And I lived in Dallas for the last 5 years. You know how many people got
big Botox capital?
Yeah. Huge. I honestly
more people than I know probably have it. I just don't necessarily talk to people about it, I guess.
Yeah. No, Dallas was real big for it. Real big. But yeah.
Never would have guessed.
Who knows? Maybe I'll get it one day. Maybe I won't. I'm going to focus on my hair transplant.
I have had that conversation because people always try to tell me to get it in my forehead because I got.
Yep.
But I'm not doing it. I have a crease at all times. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's just a part of who I am. Like, you think I'm about to go get braces now? No. It's just me now at this point.
That's facts.
It adds character.
Exactly. It tells a story, bro.
Bald, gap, fucking forehead crease, dude.
Gang,
baby. The 3 tenets of me.
Hell yeah. I won't say the 4th one.
Was that it?
No.
Close, though.
Close.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know the deal. Have the desire to inspire. Always smile. Always be happy, even through the hard times. Never fade off or veer off the path, even when something gets thrown in it to try and make you take the route that life doesn't want you to. So push through it. Do the things that you have set for that day. Challenge yourself to be better each and every day. And when those hurdles come, jump over those bitches, knock them down, and just know we're here to stay. And as it was told, we're coming hard. It's on.
Peace.